everyone, and welcome back to Silent Hill 2 Remake. This is episode 5. Last time, we made it out of the Blue Creek apartments after an encounter with the Pyramid Head, and we met Maria, who resembles our dead wife. That confused us for a second there, but she's coming with us now. She's going to try and show us a special place where lovers might connect. So that's our current predicament. We have a companion now. We've got a friend. We've got company. And I'm watching you. See how we go. She's kind of taking the lead here and walking us down this way. Better stay back, ma'am. Get behind me. I'm the one with the gun.
Through here.
Sure you don't want to head down this very safe looking pier? Might be something fun down there. Alright, into Rosewater Park. Sure everything will be fine. I was really impressed with Maria's introduction.
This place we're going to, what is it exactly?
It used to be kind of a special place for young couples in these parts. I think it's easier if I just show you.
I was really impressed with her performance and introduction. So far from home. Like an up 4. It began with just numbers, and then now there is actual, like, arrows. So, we'll see. Fancy a game of chess? Did you bring your chess pieces, love? Just wondering which place we should hit up first. Probably go across the road to Jack's Inn. That sounds like a great time. Maybe pop in the Baldwin Mansion.
Who is that?
Just a woman. Killed for no real fault of her own by moral, upstanding folk. Common theme, I guess.
What do you mean?
In history, you know?
Burn the witch, as they say. Over time, it's always the same stuff. Victim of persecution by the Christians. Jennifer Carroll lived with pride and honor. What happened here shall never be forgotten. It's interesting that you want to read it here. Redacted, but you can make it out on the actual statue itself. This will take us back out, won't it? Use the restroom while we're here. Ladies is open this time. Hey. Now it's the men's that's closed. So we were over that side. Interesting. So most of the statues that we've seen here are headless, and then there's the statue of that woman before, and then this child, and they still get to keep their heads.
Want to take a breather?
What? No, Sorry, I'm just a bit preoccupied.
It's fine. You know, if there's anything you want to talk about, anything at all.
No. Let's just keep moving.
Me and she. James, want to talk about it? No, my wife. Gotta find my wife. up these stairs and we'll get out of here. No issues, no problem. I really like selling ice cream in this place, I'll tell you that much. Where's the hot dog stands, I tell you?
There, we can go through the motel.
Jack's in. Can't wait. Take a bit of a look around on the streets first. Just gonna break into this police car, Maria. Don't tell anyone now. Hey.
Whoa! Hey! Why'd you do that?
Why'd you do that? My little criminal. Just looking for stuff, Maria. You understand, you get it. Time I see a car, I gotta smack it. Might be some goodies in there. And there is. Look at that. Need all the health I can get in this damn town. I'll tell you that much. The vehicles all look so good, like the wear and tear on them is great. Ooh, we're going under here. Okay. Where are we? We are just in the car park. Keep an eye out for that.
You startled me.
There's scarier things than me here, girl. This town's full of monsters, you hear me? Now go on. Get away from me. You're not my wife.
Not getting through here.
No reason to. It's the wrong way anyway.
Alright. I'm just looking. I do love the that thing with Silent Hill when the roadblocks are just like, yeah, the road has collapsed. Maybe we'll find what we need for that garage in here.
You ever stayed in a place like this? The walls are so thin you can hear everything. Love, hate, jealousy.
If anyone needs anything, I'm fixing the pipes at 107. Alright, so we need a 4-numbered code. Excuse me. Excuse me. In control. We'll look for a code. 101, do not disturb. Hello? Hello?
I could really use a warning next time.
Hello? Anyone in there? Yeah, the do not disturb sign on. Oh. Oh, nice. Now save point that's still on the car.
James? Is everything alright?
She asked me while I'm alright, like, if I'm alright while I'm just staring into this red square. Because that is great.
Hey, you okay? It's like you froze for a second.
Yeah, it's fine.
Whoa, that's cool. When you interact with the save point, Marie actually brings that up. That's crazy. I love that. You take a look. Like listening out to see if you can hear anything in the apartments. Okay, 106.
Cozy.
This room. There's something wrong with it. I think we should leave.
Oh, loosen up, James. It sure beats running around with those monsters out there.
I'm not so sure.
Ooh. Something wrong with this room. Oh, nice. I like that. The reacting to the light. Gonna grab that. My handprints on the table. Bad vibes in that room. So 107's blocked, eh? With a mattress. What if I...
Safe with you around, huh?
Aha.
Can you let me in?
There you go. Oh. There you go. Okay. Let yourself in. Oh! It's Maria's.
Why, thank you.
It's Maria's original outfit, dude. Maria, look at this. Look. She's looking at it. Put it on. Alternate outfit if you beat the game. Extra fit. That's fun. Mhm. Yeah, now you're really looking at it. They really don't want you to miss it. They're like, yeah, we put it in the game. She ain't wearing it. I do like that her skirt has the texture and material of the original skirt. Like, you can see that there's such an intentional focus on the outfit. They have changed it in a way that I don't have an issue with. I think it looks much better. I was never really a fan of the original fit. I like that there's elements of it that have remained, right? Like, you've still got kind of like the leopard print, and then you're keeping the color scheme of the top. It's very fun. I like that. You admire your old outfit, and I'm gonna smash this open. They're rewarding us for making it through the apartments with health. They're like, you can have the health after you make it out. While you're in there, only bullets. Feels like we're stuck. She says it's gonna be fine, but the math don't lie. The numbers are all there. All rooms need to be refurnished, then we gotta multiply that by the cost of labor. And then there's the plumbing in the room upstairs. I swear, there are times when I just want to give up. I'm not 33 anymore, and if we can make it all add up, maybe there's hope for the 5 of us. I hate this note so much because it's smacking you in the face, right? It is smacking you in the face with the numbers, and that you need to multiply, and then there's upstairs, and then you times, and then there's things, and then you add it all together. And that is probably going to be the 4-numbered code. So all rooms need to be refurnished. So you would take all rooms and you would multiply that by the cost of labor. And we don't know what the cost of labor is. Unless there's something on the other side of the note. You're just going to give me 4 X's. Alright. Oh, we've got the note. We'll do the math. And that'll probably be our code.
Hey, you think I'd look good in this one?
Sure.
Not quite the ringing endorsement, but hey, I'll take it.
That's amazing. If it's in the game, surely that's got to be like a an alternate outfit. I don't know if they've got masks that James can wear, you know, but they feel way too immersion breaking for me to wear for a first time playthrough, like wearing Pyramid Head mask or, you know, the dog and stuff like that. That's fun. Okay, so we're figuring out the code. That's safe. So let's have a read. Feels like we're stuck. She says it's gonna be fine, but the math don't lie. The numbers are all there. So all rooms need to be refurnished. Now it could be actually needing to have the actual numbers of all of them, or it could just be the amount of rooms, and then we multiply it by the cost of labor. Then there's the plumbing in the rooms upstairs. And there are times when I just want to give up. I'm not 33 anymore. If we can make it add up, maybe there's hope for the 5 of us. So I'm thinking it's all rooms multiply rooms upstairs times 33 add 5. I think that's what it needs. That's the formula. So we take all rooms multiplied by rooms upstairs times 33 add 5, and that should be our number. So I'm going to open my calculator app. I'm going to open my calculator and let's have a look. So the numbers that we've got, it goes 101 to 108, right? So we've got 8 rooms and there's only 2 upstairs. 8 rooms, 2 upstairs. So we're going to do 8 times 2 times 33 add 5. Which doesn't actually give us a 4-numbered code, which means it's got to be something else. All right, I've been here for a while doing maths because I need to get 4 numbers. But going off of our initial thoughts here on calculating it together, it's all rooms, which is there's 8 rooms. Multiply it by the rooms upstairs, there's 2, and then you times that by 33, and then add 5, and that gives us 533, and that's what we have first landed with, and that's the only way that I could think that this note is meant to be done. But it's only 3 numbers. So 533 5330 0553. Yeah, 0533. Sorry, I was putting 553. Okay. Whoa, Jesus Christ. Oh my god. Fucking hell.
Glad you were here.
Solve a puzzle, get jump scared. My god. Okay, so... Shut herself in the room.
I think you just saved my life back there.
Glad I did.
Yeah. So am I.
Maria just goes into the room to have a sit and think. Jesus. So the puzzle gives you 3 numbers when you solve the equation, and I guess that's supposed to get you to do 0 first. There you go. So our calculation was right. You're just also supposed to put a 0 at the beginning of it. There you go. Machine shop. Some hard puzzles, they're like, we're gonna give you 3 numbers. Figure out the rest, will you? Alright, so we got jump scared. What did it even give me from the safe? As soon as I'm like, I got a gate key. So we got the key found in the safe in Jackson. I like that. I like that keychain. You spooked me. How am I supposed to remember what I picked up? Went right out of my brain. All right, so we've got a gate key. So Jackson is done. So we've got the garage jack as well.
So that's what it was for.
Gate key, baby.
Yay.
Yay.
Where to now?
Just down this way.
Love her attitude. Okay, so we're heading Baldwin Mansion way. I'm actually curious because can we go to... I guess we'll run up to the northwest side eventually anyway. We'll leave that for now. Which way are we going? Am I following you? So I was just going to run around aimlessly. That's what I love to do.
So, James. 3 years. That's a long time. What will you tell her when you find her?
That I love her.
Oh, then. Lucky her.
What's that supposed to mean?
Nothing. Like I said, 3 years is a long time.
Lucky her. God, looking through this area, I can just picture Silent Hill 1 so clearly as well. And just have the image of the head of walking up to the doghouse being like, that meme. It's like, there's no dogs. While the dog is just jumping at them off screen. Looking at mailboxes, looking at porches. Gotta check every house. This is gonna take us all the way down here. It's heading to the hospital. Here, generator going. I feel like I might double back actually because this is probably the way that we're going. Heading hospital way. Such a special place. And I think we'll check out the Brookhaven, not Brookhaven. That's the hospital, which I got the Baldwin Mansion. See if we're allowed in.
Huh.
Interesting. Will we be back here? Maybe. We can't forget that we need the jack for that shed as well. I think we might be able to get that before we move on. Oh, hello.
Is everything all right?
Yeah, it's just... This place... It just gives me the creeps. I'm not sure why.
You ever been inside?
I'm not sure. It does feel familiar somehow. Like a bad memory. It's nothing, really.
Born from a Wish DLC when... This feeling like I've been born out of a wish. Yeah.
Again?
Yep. Yep. Gotta do it. Never know what they got in there. Okay, so... Mansion doesn't say it's inaccessible. Try the mansion again. After we've spoken to Maria. Yeah, interesting. She won't come in here as well. Just interesting. Before we move on, I might try and take a look around. See if we can find this garage jack.
Wait, James! It's the wrong way.
Wait, it's the wrong way. Well, guess what? You're around a vehicle repair shop. And you know what they have in vehicle repair shops, Maria? Posters of women. And calendars with bikes. And maybe... a jack handle. Oh, fucking... Yep, I see it. I see it. There's not another one there. Oh my god. Okay, settle down. It's dead. Okay. Drink a little juice now. Feeling good about it. Ooh.
Again?
Yep. Not the surprise legs in the corner. Jesus. My radio is actually on now. Didn't realize that I'd turned it off in my inventory. I was like, no wonder the radio is not making noise when all these enemies are attacking me. I turned the damn thing off. Alright, let's not give up. We're near a vehicle repair place. I reckon we could get some stuff in here. Neighborhood Cafe. Rich fragrance espresso fascinates you. Comic Sans in my neighborhood cafe. Silent Hill Historical Society. Earth Day at Toluca Lake. Oh, Jesus. Alright, what about this one? What does this one say? The Lakeview Hotel. Wonder if there's anything special about that place.
James, your wife, what was she like? Or is... Sorry, I'm not...
That's fine. Why do you ask?
Just curious.
I'm not sure I want to talk about it.
Oh, come on. You said we look alike? At least give me something.
Well, she liked to play the piano. I'm not sure if you're really that much alike.
Oh? I don't strike you as the pianist type?
let's just leave it.
Sure, James.
Let's just leave it. I love the dialogue that's coming from her. It feels so very natural. I feel like the challenge is trying to juggle exploring both sides of the street. It could be that thing where I go and explore one side of the street all the way up and then the other side of the street all the way down. I might be just missing a crucial entrance. Go down to this, at the very least, we'll go down to the fuels. Octanus fuels and see what's there. So I know we'll go to Pete's Bowler Armor eventually later. Dry cleaners. Auto service and tires. You got a car jack for me in here?
I think I'm actually getting used to you smashing stuff up. You know we're heading the wrong way, right?
Yeah, just bear with me, okay?
Whatever you say, big man.
Big man. That's me. You gotta try every single door ever and make yourself look like a damn fool. Hey, that's what I'm looking for. We woke him up. They were sleeping. Get the roaches too. Don't get vomited on now, Maria. Damn. It's the blood and guts of the roaches too. Alright. The classic trend of I get the item that I need and it's like, oh, loud noise, the enemies are out and they're gonna get you. And it works. God damn it, it works. Is that this guy making noise or is that another roach? Oh, it's just you. Right.
They're coming.
Oh no! No! I gotta make up for missed bullets by being melee only. Maria, get out of the way! That's one way to break the tension. Nothing like a little controller disconnect to really sell it. Honestly, I think I was just so stressed out and immersed in the game that I just didn't even notice that I'd turned off the radio, and now that it's on, it's just so obvious that it was off. Oh my fucking god! Jeez. It's just one of those things, right? The atmosphere has you just like locked in such a tense atmosphere that I don't even notice that something wasn't working right. The radio will at least warn us more of things like the bugs. But now that we've got this jack, we're being harassed way more. What I was gonna say before the controller disconnected and we were killing this guy was what I really do love in a weird way about the DualSense controllers is that my finger genuinely gets tired after smacking enemies with melee weapons because of the resistance in the triggers. Like, it actually tires out your finger way more than if it was just really easy to press. So they really achieved what they wanted to in regards to the DualSense controller's triggers. And the vibration is really good too. Get away from her! Like, coughing up. I'm the one that's got to kill these things. God damn.
Thank you, James. I'm not sure I would have made it.
Just stay close.
Stay close to me, honey. James has got it. James knows his way around. I'm on my 27th loop of this town. All my dead bodies are lit around the place, if you want to know. Yeah. One of my favorite things about Silent Hill 2 is the way that it inspires the mind creatively, and I think it also is one of those beautiful examples of art is very open to interpretation, and we take away different meanings based on our own experiences and our own perspectives, and this is one of those prime video game examples of that. There's so many ways that you can pick apart Silent Hill 2 and interpret it how you feel fits for your own experience. Like, when you see all of the dead bodies that are dressed like James, is that sort of him projecting his own, you know, everything that's going on within his brain? And Silent Hill 2, obviously the town is accommodating that for him in the same way that, like, Eddie's killed people, and we've also got Angela that's killed people, and we have Laura, this innocent little child, running around Silent Hill like nothing's wrong because of the way that this town shapes and shifts based on its inhabitants that are in it. Gives you your own personal hell. Is James seeing these bodies as a result of that, or you get to think about, like, is James stuck in his own personal purgatory where he's just like looping through this guilt constantly, and he's just, that's why it's been 3 years, guys. But we know it hasn't essentially been 3 years per se, but you know. This is what happens when you play a remake. You get a brand new perspective, and you get to share a perspective of having played the original first, and talking about it, which I think is really fun, because I know that a lot of us come from that Silent Hill background and have a lot to talk about with it. And to not talk about it, I think, would do a disservice to a remake playthrough. You know, there's always my original Let's Play, where obviously I'm going through it for the first time, and then I go and do a video game analysis on it because I had such a fun time with the game, and now we get to collectively enjoy the remake together. I know that there's a lot of new Silent Hill fans as well joining the series at this remake because it's going to be kind of the most accessible one. But with that being said, watching someone playing the remake who's played the original is probably not the best idea until you've actually finished the game yourself. You know what I mean? It just seems like a bit of a no-brainer. But the original game is always there.
You sure that's a good idea?
Yeah, I'll be right back.
Yeah, it's fine. Just Give me a minute.
Yeah, I'll open this for you.
Hey! You okay in there? Can you let me in? So, anything good in here?
I don't know
As
yet.
good as it gets.
Yeah, just my little tangent is I really do love the idea of being able to interpret this town, its inhabitants, what you see around you, and how you can kind of feel about it. It's so fun, especially for this game. We got the main news. Mass layoffs at Brookhaven Hospital threaten the institution's future. The layoffs we reported on last month are continuing. Over 10 people have been let go, which has reduced the hospital's staff by more than half. If the situation does not improve, staff shortages will put patients at risk. Brookhaven is a hospital with a long history. It was established in 1810 when a deadly epidemic swept through the Silent Hill area. Ever since, it has incessantly brought help to the residents of the town. However, more and more have made their voices heard of how the presence of a psychiatric hospital in the middle of the town has a negative impact on the local community. Residents fear that an incident from 2 years ago might repeat itself. Nice. Another syringe is appreciated. Angela, look at this. Nice. We have been rewarded. Alright, that's done. We can now go down Cat Street. What are you looking at, actually? Oh, I almost missed that. James, thank you. Made it. 20. I almost missed a photo. That would have been awful. Alright, where are we from here? Just the front. Yeah, I don't want to push on too far, because I feel like we can get this garage door open, so I'm glad we did that. Okay, time for us to go down this street properly. Now, which porches didn't I check yet? That's the real question. I think we're up to this one. Yeah, because we could hear the generator. It's that, oh, the car's running out the back. Okay. Hello? You left your car running. Didn't you help with that? Weird. Maybe you can get up there from the Rendell Street entrance eventually. So that's gated off.
Strange. This should not be here.
Well, it is. So, what now?
Now we look for another way.
What?
James?
No, my weapon! Oh, never mind, I've upgraded to a new weapon! Ah, steel pipe unlocked, my beloved. Yes.
There's more of them.
Stay close.
Jesus. It's getting loud in here, Maria. I can't hear shit. Oh, it's doing this shit again. Oh my god. Fuck. Which way? Oh, fuck. Jesus Christ. It's like those areas, they clearly hit you with like the intentional terror of like everything's confusing and it's so loud and the wind's coming through and there's so many enemies, but I'm also like, I know that there's going to be supplies here. I'm like, I've got to run through this area and comb through while also getting attacked. We did manage to get quite a few bullets and some health items there, so I would say that running around frantically in there was worth it. I just had to focus for a second because there was a lot going on. So instead of us going and getting the steel pipe at the gas station like we do in the original, I believe, we have a very specific moment where we give up the wooden plank and move on to pipe, pulling it out of that car. So we actually ended up going this way first. Very fun. Heaven's Night, eh? Wearing that butterfly like a brand on her chest. Ooh. The seductive key. Newly done music is so good. Alright, in the back of Heaven's Night. Interesting that we can peek through here. Pizza? How can you come to a strip club and eat pizza? Alright, they're giving us them syringes. That's kind. God, all the details of this place. Oh, hey. Oh, yeah, this place is moldy. Yeah, this place is a little moldy. Just a little moldy. Ready to kill it. I. Don't do that to me, mannequin. Get away from me. Maria, where'd you go, honey? Where'd you go, baby? Defender's Horizon and Trample. Kind of wish that these were like older Konami arcade titles or something. Heaven's Night every Monday night. Goddamn legs. Paradise. We go into a private room. Ah, we peek in the private room a little bit.
Maria?
You gonna give me a dance, dude? Oh, bro. Yeah. And the music.
What? Oh, come on, don't give me that look. I was just kidding.
What is this? Is this a special place you met?
Don't be silly. Just have to go through and out the front. Then again, now that we're here, can't we stay? Just for a little while. Catch our breath before we head back out there.
I don't have time to take a break. Mary could be out there, waiting for me.
I know. It's just... this place, this whole thing, it's like a nightmare. I just wanted to get away from it, even for a second. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. Sorry, I didn't mean to. I guess this place is getting to me, too. Am I crazy? You know, for thinking she could be here.
Crazy is one word for it, I guess. I can think of another.
What's that?
Hopeful.
Well, that's a nicer way of putting it.
Here.
What are you doing?
Something to take the edge off. No? You sure? Fine. Be that way. Here's to hope, undying.
We should probably get going.
Fine. Ready when you are.
Whoa, that scene was good. That scene was good. Like, oh, it's just like one of those scenes ends and you just want to talk about it. The most recent thing there being like, you can see James like struggling to actually not drink that almost, because he's got like the knuckled hands, the hesitance, and the way that his mouth is like moving, that he's almost like parched, that he's like tossing and turning. Do I drink? Do I not? The way that he's just like looking at it and he can't even break away from it. He's like the recovering alcoholic having a drink put in front of you sort of thing. That was fantastic. Maria is incredible in this game. The voice acting, the performances, all of it. The music coming in when the lights turn on as well. It's just incredible to watch these scenes. Lost and found the wedding ring, wallet with a photo, probably of a wife, and some glasses. The employees only, where you can watch through the glass. Yeah, that was a fantastic sequence. I really, really liked that. The Fifth River Special Old Reserve is what we were drinking there in a dusty old bottle. Heaven's Night Party. I do love the actual soundtrack music, you know? Having a version of that playing. All right, James, get up and give him a dance, honey.
You gonna dance for me, big guy? I'd pay to see that.
Yo, dude. Yep, I call this one the loop-de-loop. Ring around the rosy. A bit of a jog action in there too. Bit of a whoa. I call this one the shimmy Sunderland. Getting up on stage and actually having dialogue for it is really enjoyable. Paradise. Let's do a nice little save. That one, thank you.
Is that you?
Would you like it to be?
Would you like it to be? I do think it's obviously very telling how there's a lot of posters in the game, but in this specific place, you can almost look at every single poster. You're intentionally looking at it. James is taking a peek at all of it. We're gonna have a Silent Hill Shattered Memories moment. The game psychologically profiles you as you play. James is a little horn dog.
Let me know when you want to move on.
Let's go.
All right then. Come on.
Oh, the sound design is so good in this game.
You could come back later if you want. You know, in case we need a break.
I'm not sure if that's a good idea.
Whatever you say. I mean, any port in the storm.
I guess so.
Incredible. Bit of sun out in the distance there. Let's have a look at where we are on the map. Close to Brookhaven. And we've got the Moonlight Grove and the Reverie Theatre as well. The theatre. Heaven's Night. Pinball machine. Gumball machine. It's interesting having like the sun through the fog there as well. Beautiful day in Silent Hill, great weather.
Okay, it's not far now.
I love the idea of it's not far now, as if like the hotel isn't on the other side of the lake. Not far. To that place that we're definitely going to. Now we've made it to the other side of Cat Street.
You think it'll stare back? Look, we're on the other side of that chasm. Some detour. But hey, at least we're here.
Here meaning where exactly?
Come on, you'll find out.
You'll find out. Huh. Right, okay. We're actually going into Moonlight Grove and not heading straight down to Brookhaven. I didn't think that this was going to lock us into this place.
A garden?
There's a bit more to it than that.
If you say so. I don't think I've been here before.
Come on. She's just around the corner.
I don't remember.
She?
I don't remember this. Is James saying I haven't been here before also meta commentary? I have no memory of this place.
Who is she?
There's a story told around these parts. Kind of a local legend. Tells of a woman who was cast out. Sentenced to die on an island out on the lake. There was a man in town who fell madly in love with her. And every night, he would sneak out, row across the lake, bringing her food and company. And every night, she would stand there on the shore, holding a lit candle to help him find his way. But this one night, a terrible storm broke out, caught him out in the open, and it blew out the candle. Even in darkness, the man would not give up. He would not turn back. So he fought against the raging waters until finally the lake took him. They say even then, the woman never lost hope. She kept coming out at night, kept lighting the candle to bring her beloved home, to lead him to shore. Not sure how much truth there is to it. It's probably just a fairy tale. But she's become something of a local saint, patron of undying love. Hence this place.
She's not here.
What?
She's not here. And why would she be? I don't even remember this place. This was a mistake. I shouldn't have come here.
Hey. It's okay. There's plenty of other places to look. We can still...
Come on.
Yeah, wow. I love, like, getting this story told to James, and you can just feel him just being like, oh my god, like, Mary's not here, Maria. What are we doing? This is stupid. Stop talking. He's just, like, slowly, like, losing his patience with it. It's like, cool story, but my wife is not a statue, you know? Like, I don't even remember this place. It's stupid. And I don't remember it either, so immersive. I feel like this is new. And I like it.
I think it came from inside the theater.
Well, I see the white cloth. You know what? White cloth? That's a hell of a lot better than yellow paint. I'll take it. Return to Owl Creek Bridge. I think immersive and realistically fitting environmental markers that are like, hey, you can climb this, work really well for me.
You okay?
Yeah. Maybe you better wait here.
Okay. Not much of a movie fan anyway.
What? I love this is the first window to that James been like,
James,
ow.
Yeah.
be careful in there.
Yeah.
The first window where James is like, ow, this glass actually kind of hurts me.
Ugh, this is boring.
You didn't seem bored a minute ago. Screamed your head off, didn't you? You should have seen your face.
I told you, it was this big rat. It jumped right at me from under the seat.
Huh.
You would have screamed too if you saw it. Guts, fatso.
Hey, what do you have to say that for?
Anyway, why are you sitting here? I thought you said the cops were after you.
Nah, I don't think they follow me here. Besides, I blocked the door, so no one could get in. Not the cops, and not these other monsters.
You're weird.
Yeah, that's what everyone always says.
Well, I guess people call me weird too. And they yell at me. Especially when I do something bad. Did you do something bad? You know, so the cops are angry with you?
I don't know. Maybe.
So why don't you just say you're sorry? It always works for me.
They wouldn't listen. Nobody ever listens.
I'm listening. This scene is here now instead of later. Huh. And again, like, the music that's playing is like the music of the movie, but it's the music from the original. I like how that's handled.
Did you hear that too?
Oh. She's already moved. She's not there anymore. Yeah, the music of Heaven's Night and the music of the cinema, I just love how it uses the original themes like that. Non-existence coming soon. I was here. Just gonna give suspense to Eddie and Laura in the theater. Like, did you hear that? And then I just went and walked around for a bit. Saw if I could find some stuff. Found some stuff. Want to stick your hand down another toilet? Oh, never mind. There you go. Just Eddie in here now? How can you sit here and watch movies and eat popcorn? Ah, the pizza boxes are right there, dude. I see it.
Eddie?
Oh. You're,
James. We met back at the apartment building.
Yeah. I remember.
I see that you didn't make it out yet.
Yeah. I just didn't get around to it yet.
Well, at least you got your appetite back. Are you alone here, Eddie?
No.
Well,
That's probably just Laura messing around.
the little girl? Laura, is that her name?
That's what she said.
I'm gonna go look for her. You coming?
Now you want me to come with you?
Never mind.
Oh, the sounds, bro. The sounds. Holy fuck. All right. I really like it. Again, slightly different from the original. He's shoveling ice cream into his mouth, licking those fingers. They kept the pizza box here. So I guess we have a tiny little pizza reference. And you interestingly see Eddie's whole vibe and demeanor shift after James makes the comment about, at least you got your appetite back. And to James, that was more of just like a comment like, hey, last time I saw you, you were vomiting into a toilet, pretty grossed out, probably because you were running away scared and you saw a dead body in a fridge. And he just is like, well, it's, you know, at least you can still eat after all of this shit that's out there. But you can see that Eddie has this self-conscious attitude shift because he's taking it in that way of like, oh, look at you eating all your pizza and all your ice cream and blah, blah, blah. And he's just like instantly like, And he's like, well, now you want me to come with you? Because last time he's like, let's get out of here. And he's like, well, I got to stay here, bud.
Who is that girl, anyway?
I don't know. All I know is her name. I swear. Didn't you want to go after her? Better hurry. Laura can be pretty quick when she wants to. Suit yourself.
Oh, the finger licking and the slurping and oh my god. I thought it was going to be popcorn. It's so much worse. And you just know that they did that intentionally. They're like, how do we make this the worst possible? I know, he's slurping ice cream and his fingers are all sticky and covered. And he's just finished his delicious pizza. How can you sit here and slurp ice cream? I love it. Laura, where are you?
Laura?
Hey, there's no pictures on this one. Put on a movie with them pictures, will ya? So we're doing this in the movie theater instead of at the bowling alley, which is very curious. Instead of Pete's Bowl-O-Rama. So it's like, it's messing with my brain a little bit, because I'm witnessing like the events that are new and events that are familiar, and it's all kind of jumbled. And I think that's a really, really nice approach for a game like Silent Hill 2, because there's so many layers to Silent Hill 2 in how you experience it and go through it. And I think it's a really great idea for people who are playing this for the first time and also longtime fans who are returning to this game after playing the original to have things be slightly different. This also very, very faithful, but at the same time bringing some new ideas and slightly new executions into the game, I think is a very great idea, because it plays on that sort of psychological attachment that a lot of people have to Silent Hill in this game. A psychological horror that also messes with your head, and it messes with the heads of longtime fans who are like piecing together the original game as well. What they're familiar with and what they're not. I think that's really cool. At least how I am interpreting that one. Alright, let's put on a movie. Now this one's is set in the 1980s, which means somewhere in this storeroom are film reels of the original Star Wars trilogy, unaltered before George Lucas made the special edition. Somewhere in here is the original Star Wars trilogy. Put that on. Someone make a Silent Hill 2 mod where the movie that's actually playing on the screen is the original Star Wars.
Hey!
She's gonna go and run off. Of course she is. He's still there. I was wondering if we're going to have to do anything with like the film reels and doing stuff like this, and then I was remembering that that was actually like a puzzle or something to solve in a different Silent Hill game. I think that was Silent Hill Origins, maybe, or Homecoming. One of those. You had to do like a thing to splice together some film reels and things.
Laura, stop! It's dangerous!
Maria? Did you see a little girl?
Yeah, I tried to stop her, but she went that way. We can still catch her.
There you go. That's how we can go down to Brookhaven now from this direction. I was here. Before we do that, see that we've got our lovely white cloth blocking our way up that way. So we're not going that way. Say, oh, I thought that actually had a custom number plate, had a word on it or something. Let's see if we can go back down Cat Street. Nope. So I reckon if we pushed on, yeah, we would have hit a block. So I reckon this was the only way to go when we went through the grove. Part of me was just wondering if we were going to miss anything, but we're doing okay for supplies, health-wise and ammo-wise at the moment, which is good. My main concern is missing like collectibles and stuff, you know? photos and whatnot.
James, look.
I'm sure that's going to be fun. Can't wait to go in there. It's going to be a real treat. There's Brookhaven Hospital, and that's where we're going to be going next time. Thank you so very much for joining me for this episode of Silent Hill 2 Remake, being able to go through Jack's Inn, Heaven's Night, Moonlight Grove, and the Reverie Theatre, having the scene with Eddie and Laura, that little conversation, which was very fun. And now we move on to Brookhaven Hospital, following Laura. A little bit of a detour. We're obviously looking for Mary, but we got to see what this little girl is doing. We got to make sure that she's safe in this town full of monsters. Hope you enjoyed this episode. I'm certainly enjoying going through the familiar and the new elements of this remake, and it's looking gorgeous. The acting and performances are incredible too. The sound design is amazing, and Brookhaven's going to have some nice surprises for us. I can already tell. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.